Peace. Let me know if y'all can hear me good. It's been a while. I have not been live. Let me know that y'all can hear me. Peace. Greetings. Greetings. How's everybody doing? I'm wonderful. I'm wonderful, Micah. How are you? I'm clear. Y'all can hear me clear? You can hear me? Thanks for that. All right. How y'all doing tonight? Or this evening? In some places. I'm good. I don't know. I'm just chit-chatting it up with y'all tonight. Doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. Yep. Been a little, very busy. Been had a lot going on lately. So it's been a while since I've been live. But I need to get back in the routine. So here I am. Here I am. Peace, everybody. All right, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. I'm glad you're doing good. Peace to the guys and goddesses in the chat. I see you. Peace, peace. What's the topic tonight? I don't know, man. TV programming is on my mind. What y'all think about that? TV programming. What y'all thinking about that? It's been a little while though, so it's been a lot of things. So I guess we can do a little bit of a few questions. Excuse me. It's allergy season, y'all. You know how I get. Yeah, we talking TV programming though. TV programming. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about it. It's kind of been out in the forefront a little bit. It's a very important topic. It's a very important topic because it's a very influential tool. It's used a lot more than I think we realize. A lot more than I think we realize. The things that's supposed to be, the things that's supposed to inform you, are usually the things that's propaganda, and the things that's supposed to entertain you is usually the things that subconsciously planting seeds in your mind. So it's a tricky thing. It's tricky. Peace to everybody in the chat. Absolutely indoctrination. Peace to everybody in the chat. Y'all share the live. Share the live. Let's see what we can get cracking, what we can get moving on this good night. But I put up a post. I did a video on snowfall. So the snowfall finale was on. A lot of, culturally, we've been invested in that show for a minute. So it was a lot of feedback, a lot of content is being made off of it. Let's just, look at it that way. See, typically the way I look at it is everything is just like this. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like this. Like something gets the people really stimulated and everybody else just kind of runs with it. And it just becomes, recycled content, and you see it repetitively, and everybody, we live in a world where everybody has their take on things, where everybody has the ability to put out their own forms of media. So, some people have the ability to influence the thoughts and minds of more people more than others. And, that's something that is something that we got to understand in terms of how TV programming plays a role in all of that. Did anybody watch we got any snowfall watchers in the chat? Because it's real, the universe was very direct in communicating with me, because I've been on the topic of DNA, epigenetics, how certain things affect your DNA, without even having to touch your genetic material in your body, but all because of your environment, certain things that can influence you, even down to those before you who made decisions that implemented, or that became embedded in your coding. So what it means is, what your grandmother is going through or what she went through could still be something affecting you. That's the science to what we call, what we know as generational curses, or breaking generational cycles. That's the science to that, in terms of it, because your ancestors, those before you, this is science. Modern science will tell you this, that their decisions, or some of their decisions, some of their trauma, or things that they were exposed to through certain environments, impacted their DNA. And it's like, when you say epigenetics, you think about epi. The word epi kind of means above. So what it does is, it kind of like tells your DNA how to express this code. So it's just the same as the doctor saying diabetes running your family. Spiritually, we know that too, because of the same science. Because, well, you're going to come up in the same environment. You're going to inhabit the same traditions, the same ways, the same means of perception or perceiving, your reality. So therefore, you're going to inherit. You're going to inherit it. That's something that you inherit. And there comes a point where eventually you have to outgrow the things that no longer suit you. And that's how the science of astrology come into play. Because, yeah, it is reversible. It's not permanent. Exactly. It's like you can always reverse it back. See, that's what the shadow work is for. You know what I'm saying? That's what the energy work is for. Because everything is projecting from out of your DNA. It's happening on a DNA level. So think of it like, it's like whatever is traumatically happening to you on the outside is because it's already what's happened to you on a DNA level. It's just like when you see people live the same lives that their parents lived, almost, or those before them, like almost to the T of making the same type of mistake. That was the thing in the snowfall. So he ended up in all that he accomplished and all that he was able to do at the very same, or the very low place that his father ended up at. That was just his destiny. That was his destiny. That's what the father represents in terms of a journey, in terms of a story. So that's why I am kind of big on the story of a thing. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's music, movies, or TV, because a story can always penetrate the mind better than anything else. Because we can think we're being entertained. It's almost like a form of hypnosis. You got to think about it. When you go in a theater, it's shaped like a dome for a reason, because it's representing your mind. So you think you're being entertained. It's almost like it's speaking to you subconsciously, but in your conscious, you're dealing with entertainment, not realizing a whole nother story is being told to your subconscious. So a story can just be a story, right? But there can always be a hidden meaning or underlying meaning. So those who are the authors, right, meaning they have the authority, so they have the ability to be in control of all of it. They have the ability to tell the story how they want to tell the story, to speak to your subconscious. So I'm always big on how a story is told, because I know what it's saying subconsciously, what it's speaking to, because things are just symbols. It's the same thing with the way that you dream. Your dreams are your messages from the God in you. That's how your inner you talk to you. It's through your dreams. but we've forgotten the language, which is symbology. We don't understand symbols anymore. So we think it's just a bunch of random things, not realizing, no, that's your inside speaking to you. It could be something going on with your gut that's being told to you through your dreams. But you don't know it because we lack that spiritual knowledge now. We don't have that information now. So me, when I see certain things, to me, I take it differently. So that's why I was like, I won't feel in that finale, because it was like a dagger to like understanding how our people are, man, how we are culturally, how we are, like, we're soul people, how we are about things, how we are emotional people. That's why we always being played with in terms of energy. We gotta energy. We gotta know energy. So we don't understand the language because everything is being told in symbols. So everybody, though, so the world is run. Occultists is who run the world. Occultists is who run the world because they understand what is hidden. Everything down to a geometric shape. You understand what I'm saying? We look at a Star of David, we just see a star, just on a basic level, a Star of David. But it's more powerful, more meaning to that. Because, well, what is the Star of David when you take it and you make it 3D? You see what I'm saying? It becomes a Merkaba. So what is a Merkaba? And in terms of understanding your pineal and light, and how your pineal is sacred geometry and everything is reflected from light, everything created from these geometric shapes, like, we just forgot. We just don't know no more. So we just don't understand. And like I was saying, authors, that's why the pen is mightier than the sword. Because you are author, you the authority. Think about it. Somebody who write a book on something is an authority on the topic. They go around talking about the topic and everything, because you can sit down and write a whole book on this. Hey, you must really know this topic. You must really know what you're talking about. That's the power of the pen, what an author is. So when we're looking at stories being told, there's power in the story and how it's told to you. I felt the same way about Queen and Slim and the way that movie ended. Yo, who would write? I always be like that. This what always is in my mind. Yo, why write it this way? Because I understand the rebel energy and what it is in the subconscious. That's what it takes for you to wake up. So why me personally, but that's just me knowing what I know. I would have preferred if he really was seeking freedom, as far as the finale, I would have felt it a better ending if he had died. I mean, because that is the liberation. But like I said, there can always be more meaning depending on the story. That's why the black person always die first in the horror movie. Yeah? Like, we made that shit a joke. It became a joke because that's how your higher self work. That's how you know. See, we be spiritually knowing and we don't even know what we be knowing. Because we made that a joke that we die in the first in the scary movie. Yeah, because it's a ritual. Yeah, because it's meaning to that. There's a point to that. There's a reason for that. And when you see the same thing repetitively on TV programming, when you see the same thing, it becomes a ritual. It's just like a stereotype. You got to take all this ancient shit and understand it in modern sense. In a modern sense, because it's nothing but repetition. So if you see the same thing over and over all the time, that's programming you. You understand what I'm saying? That's a program. So when they show you the same stuff over and over and over and over, they're programming you. See, everybody don't have to be a big name to be a clone. You could just be a clone just off of the programming, because you're going to repeat what's programmed into you to repeat. That's what the programming do. That's why they don't put high vibrational music on the radio. It's radio programming. It's supposed to keep your eye closed. It's not supposed to be anything that's going to open your eye, because your third eye, literally opening your eye, being an awakened one, is rebel energy. It's revolutionary energy. Anything that rebels is untraditional, the maverick, the saying that's bad, all of that, it's the same energy. It's the same representation. So we can understand energy. Of course, there's levels to it, but it's just energy. You feel me? Like it's just energy. So if we can understand it like that, then we can get it. But that's why we have to keep getting the same programming to take our spiritual power. Because if you wake up to the truth of what you are, you're going to tear everything down. I promise you. It's no other way for it to be. So it's like, it's how it goes. It's the programming in it. Like you can't leave outside of this thing here. You got to stay in this box. That's why I said, but you got to be able to peep the game, because they'll put the true stuff right in your face. And the stuff that's not supposed to be true for you, they'll put it right in your face. But they always put it on the side of the villain. They always gonna put the truth on the side of the villain to scare you away from it, because you can't peek in that darkness. Because once you really get to that truth, because the true light is in the darkness. Once you really get to that truth, you'll really know what's up. They don't want you to know what's up, because at the end of the day, it's you. You have to keep giving your power to this. You got to keep energizing this thing. If this thing don't work without you, you make it go. You make it go. So as long as you not looking at what you supposed to be doing for you anyway, it's always gonna be things trying to pull your energy. That's how look at how the algorithm works. The algorithm will continue to feed you what it realizes you have interest in. So it's gonna keep feeding you whatever that thing is. So it knows what you like before you even. It knows what you're gonna click before you even know. That's how the algorithm works. So it's all in that continued programming. It's a new show out called The Power. It's on Amazon. New show called The Power. Is dope. It's a good show. It's about all of a sudden it's all over the world. Teenage girls start to develop a new organ that that gives them this power to send electricity through their body. And it's a dope show so far. So far. I can tell it's gonna be one of them ones. But it's based off of a book and whatnot. But now that I know that, I don't want to read the book because I want to let the season finish. But anyway, it's a good show though. It's on Amazon. Because truthfully, like a lot of these people who are in Hollywood are occultists, or they are handled by occultists. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying occultists are the ones who run it, because they understand how energy works, right? So you can put certain things in certain, these stories are not new stories. These myths are not like it's nothing new. It's the same concepts. Check out the book The Power of Myth by Joseph Campbell. $18.99 on it. I did. It was good. They canceled it too. It was good. Yeah. $18.99 was a good one too. Yeah. That was a good one. But yeah, they canceled it. They cancel all the good shows. All the good shows get canceled. Like all the good ones. Because that's the thing. Sometimes they're dropping a lot in these shows. Or, and in some of these movies. Like even with the Ant-Man joint. The Quantum Mania. How they were showing, how they basically showed you quantum physics. The Schroeder's box. How every time it was a possibility of a decision, he duplicated himself. And it was like, it's not the real you. These are only the possibilities of you. And it became like like hundreds and hundreds. Like, yo, it's a lot. You have to know what to really look for. That's why I say, if you understand the symbols, if you understand symbolism, then you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? And typically, anyway, your third eye is always like, once you awaken, your third eye is always a means of protection, of psychic protection. So always remember that. So that's why you have to like sun gaze, and because sun gazing is you taking in light through your pineal. So you gotta remember, it's light code. See, your DNA is light. Your DNA gives off light. So when you go and you be sun gazing and you do all of that, you're healing your DNA. Like, and so everything that you do spiritually is working to heal you on an inner level. It's talking about your DNA. Right? Everything was all symbolically mirroring your body, even down to we look at the tree of life, the Kabbalah. It's like in terms of your the symbolism in that is in your sacrum. There's 10 formula of 10 holes all throughout your sacrum. Like, everything is talking about your temple, as in your temple. You house God. So how you think is how is you every thought you think is you communicating with God. Every thought that you think. So when you think negative thoughts all the time, that's what you're bringing to yourself. That's why you have to reprogram your mind and your thought pattern. You have to realize that you don't have to identify with every thought that you have. Because see, once you see, that's the thing about overthinking. You entertain one of those thoughts, it turns into a spiral. Now you're thinking another thought. Now you're thinking another negative thought. Well, what if this happen? What if that? But it hasn't happened though. You create anxiety in yourself, and you preparing in your body. Your whole body is changing, because you got to remember, your hypothalamus and your pituitary gland up here controls all the hormone, all the other glands down here. Your master gland is your pituitary. So the reason, so that's your three kingsmen up there: your pineal, your hypothalamus, your pituitary. That's the three kings. So and you have, so think about it. So it's supposed to regulate homeostasis in your body. So when you doing that, you disrupting, you bringing darkness to yourself. You disrupting your light. So your body not getting what it's supposed to get. You bringing dis-ease to your body. It's out of balance. It's out of whack now. All that matters. All that plays a role. All that is a factor. It's all interconnected. So, in terms of, you know, a lot of that is really talking about you. It's talking about you. So, I just wanted to be with y'all for a minute. I really like talking about stories. Like, I get real passionate about storytelling. I just think it's such a powerful way to communicate to the minds, you know. And so like when you eat, and then when you eat lighter, so sometimes and somewhere throughout your journey you're gonna feel pulled to eat lighter. So you're gonna want more fruits and vegetables. You're not gonna even want no meat. You're not gonna be able to take no dairy, a lot of that, and you're gonna feel lighter. And the lighter you get, it has to do with you channeling, your frequency changing. So as your frequency changes and it gets higher, then you start to communicate. So you start to communicate with spirit more. Just meaning simply you moving more spiritually, because you're able to breathe different. You're able to breathe more, through your true self. When is your movie coming out? I don't know. I don't know. I keep putting it off. I need to write it. You don't have anyone around you like mine. It can be like that. It can be like that. It can be like that. That's one benefit to the internet. You know, that is one benefit to the internet, but we just in the age now where it's so corrupted. But you know, it's a way to connect. But then, like I said, it's even down to like with the internet, you know, think fiber optic cables, you know, that the how they transmit high forms of information. That's your eyes. Your eyes have optic nerves. Like everything great created in the world came as a duplicate out of you. You had the science to it originally. You the original blueprint. Your connective tissue work like a microchip. It's like a whole network. You got a whole energy body. A whole energy body. We know that there can be a computer because the computer mimics the brain, the mind. So the same, it's all, I'm telling you, it's all the same. But see, once you really, you just have to really be in that frequency though. And it's just gonna show you. That's the only way I can really explain it to you. Like you just start to see more things as one. And that's like the activate, that's how you know your right brain activated. Because you're just seeing more things as oneness. So you can say it's right brain activated. You can say it's your kundalini awakening, your kundalini rising. You can see that's tapping into your inner goddess or being more in tune with your feminine energy. However you word those things, it's really talking about the same thing. It's really talking about the same thing. Oh, I appreciate you. The Isis Osiris relationship in relations to twin flames. Well, you pretty much kind of said it though. You know, it's like a complementary type of thing, like light dark. But it's times that you can go dark. It's times that you can go dark, and maybe, and your partner might be the only one that can bring that light out of you, and vice versa. Or you might be the one that really bring the light out of your, you know, opposite. It's like the same experience from the opposite spectrum. So it can be very, very chaotic though at times. It can be very chaotic, you know, because it's like a merging of opposites. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like the Isis Osiris, you know, is yin and yang, right? Polarity, the law of polarity. So, you know, well, a lot of times too, you know, twin flames, y'all had previous, you know, previous lifetimes experience together too. So like y'all might have been the opposite last time or something like that. Like on Where Dreams May Come. Have y'all ever seen that movie Where Dreams May Come with Robin Williams? Where Dreams May Come. That is a powerful movie. Where Dreams May Come. Mm. So if you seen that movie, it's like at the end when they was like, oh, well, you know, we could just go do it again. You know, because we just confined to this human experience, to this who we are right now. This is how we know ourselves to be. So this is like, how do you bound a God in a body? So you in a body having you having an experience. It was scary. I mean, it can kind of be scary because it's about death and the other side and the unknown. It can kind of be scary, but it's a dope, man. It's a dope movie. It's very informative. Like so many things that they were saying in that movie was like some high top tier cult knowledge, man. Yeah. So he really loved her. So he wanted to go get her. There's a lot of things that's really trying to show us that too. Like love translates everything. What dreams may come. What dreams may come. That's the name of the movie. I don't know what it's playing on though. It's a Robin Williams movie. What dreams may come. Let me see if I can see. No, I don't see it on there. But we know how to watch. Find stuff we won't want to watch. But it's what dreams may come. Yeah. It got Robin Williams in it. And Cuba Gooding Jr. Cuba Gooding Jr. is in it too. He's in it too. But it's a powerful movie. It's about the unknown. It is about death. So but it was like everything about it, how he was saying, you just think it here, John, how he was trying to explain to him how to do things. He was like, it doesn't work like that. You just have to think it here. But it was like it was everything about it. It's a dope movie. So what's up, y'all? How we doing tonight? Peace to everybody just coming in. I just wanted to tap in with y'all for a minute. The Shack. I don't think I heard of that one. Let me find out. It's something I haven't heard of. The Shack. Another good movie was The Shack. I'm gonna have to look that up. What movie was that? That was What Dreams May Come. We kind of got on the topic of it when we was talking about twin flames. Right. Peace. How you doing, Jamie? Okay, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. The Shack. I'm gonna have to look that up. The Shack. I watch a lot of movies, y'all. I'm good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready for the summer though. I'm ready for the summer. I need a break. So y'all know we homeschool, so I'm ready for the summer. Even though we don't really do them traditional type timelines, I need that break. They need the break, I need the break. They need it, I need it. Some people don't have soulmates or twin flames. Yeah, I think so. Because some experiences might not call for that. Some experiences might not call for that. Or like it may mean they may not supposed to be with a twin with a person in this life. Sometimes a twin flame stay behind and they in the spirit. Sometimes it's like that. So it depends on the experience. From what I see, the way I see it, from what I've been learning and understanding as far as your soul experiencing and having experience. And whether we can, even if we want to say, even if some people don't want to say that it is like a reincarnation cycle, it could still be determined as your ancestors, because it's well known scientifically that a lot of that DNA is your ancestors' DNA, ancestral memory. So you are your ancestors and they are you. So they are inside of you. So it's always, in terms of the path, the journey, the lessons in the soul. Some people say people have an old soul. And then, I don't know, maybe you may know, but I've heard of some people, being referred to as new souls, like this being their new experience. Like, so it just kind of is all in how you see it, but I think it really depends on the path or the journey, what it entails. Because the time that you born in, the era, the race that you born, the family you born into, all of it plays into your who and what is gonna mold you and make you. And you, whether you look at numerology, whether you look at astrology, whether you look at the card system, like the regular playing cards, cardology, like there's a means of understanding your whole psychology. Or even if what's the other one? There's another one people using now. But there's a means of understanding your whole, and it makes sense for you. And for me, to me, in my mind, if that's the case, if that's how it is, then there has to be some type of mathematical, like it just, I don't know, it just has to puzzle fit. It just has to, it just has to, it just has to. It just kind of makes sense to me. So that's why I'm at the point where, yeah, human design, that's what it is. Human design. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So to me, it's like what you're here to do. I don't know. I can't say what you're here to do. It's really like some matrix shit to me. We're all here to do what we're here to do. So I can't tell somebody what I can't do that. I just, where I am in my path, because I realize every little intricate piece matters. Every little thing matters. They showed that on Men in Black 3 when they were showing the dude that was jumping in and out of the different times, and he was saying had they had a extra glass of wine, it would have been a girl and not a boy, and it would not have been a dude that was in the outfield to catch the ball. Like the smallest little things, it's an interworking, it's a design. It's there. So if it's there, to me, even when I see these events that occur with celebrities, to me it just further tells me the understandings of the science that's used. To me, there's just, I don't know, man. Because you can look at a chart and you can see things in a chart. You can see things in a chart, man, that you can reveal things about people they didn't even know that you was able to know about them, that you was able to see about them. So that's how I look at it. It's like Westworld to me. You know how in Westworld, if you seen that in Westworld, all the robots, they was all just having them different experiences, playing them different roles repeatedly, but it was like data. To me, that's what it is. It's like data. Your DNA is like data. It's light traveling at a fast code. Like light transmitting very fast. That's how information is transmitted, through light. So that was a bad hand motion. but to me, it's just, man, it's all the same. Sometimes I feel like a crazy person because it's all the same to me. That's why I don't like to just randomly talk, because I feel like I start to just say a lot of things that I don't know if other people are going to get where I'm going. So I be hesitant, and I always want to be prepared in what I'm going to say. But a lot of times when you don't go off of preparation, when you do it like this, spirit has the space to move in you and be channeled for you to communicate and what you're divinely selected to communicate, because you have a direct frequency. Everybody has a direct frequency according to their DNA. So that's just how it is. So more and more, I'm starting to feel like light is not just light in terms of it. See, I feel like everything we've been programmed down to in terms of words is a spell. Because if you do look at the words light and dark and what they entail, If you was to look in the dictionary, I understand why Spike Lee put that in that Malcolm X movie. I understand why, because that means your perception of this word and what this is only confined to it based off of what this definition is. Oh, what's up, OG? Oh yeah, what's up? Dang, you made me lose my train of thought. You want to tell people what's up? He hiding in the background, y'all. But I'm starting to feel like light is more than just what they say it is, just because everything is so dual. They want to put everything in terms of making you choose between a good or bad, or light or dark, when that's not really how it is. It's not really it. See, light is more like, that's why I'm starting to feel like it's more about information. You feel me? And dark is more about emotion, because and feelings. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? It's like we live in Alice in Wonderland. It's exactly like that. It is. It's exactly like that. But it's been tough on y'all. He had surgery on his knee last Friday. So he been going through his recovery, and he just lost his phone. So, it's been a lot going on. He's going through a lot right now. So, you know. So, you know how it goes out here in this matrix, man. They gotta keep a hold on you. You gotta stay planted in the world. You gotta stay anchored to it. You gotta stay anchored to it. But yeah, man, I question everything to the point where I truly wonder. I understand. I don't know, y'all. I'm having such a tough time communicating right now. I don't know what it is. I'm having a real tough time communicating. Mercury is in retrograde, so I don't know. I gotta look into that. I gotta look into that, man. We say we enlighten each other, right, and it's just like the sun. It's just like the sun, and they tell you your cells need sunlight, so it needs information from the sun. That's how we stay aligned with ourselves, man. Like, I just be thinking about stuff different, man. I think darkness is emotion, man. I'm starting to feel like it's more about your feelings and what you do and how you feel, because it can be hidden. People can hide. You know what I'm saying? A lot can come out of that when you don't deal with what you really feeling, because people think they can just push it down, but you just really growing a monster. You can never push it down. You growing a monster. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's the lesson in it. But it has to be exaggerated. Always remember, right? Movies and all of that, it has to exaggerate the point. It's always been that way since theater. That's why they would be overly dramatic in theater, because they got to make sure everybody could hear them in the theater. So it's always going to be over the top, because you got to drive the point home. It's always going to be over the top. Dark is your shadow, right? And a lot of times the things that we don't want to accept about ourselves because of what we feel, because of how we take, because see, if you what you got to do is take that darkness into the light. So that means you got to bring it out of hiding it, and you got to confront it. That's all shadow work is. So if you feel something, if you feel some fucked up shit, you have to understand why you are feeling that fucked up shit, instead of judging yourself. Oh my God, I'm such a bad person for thinking that. No, that's trivial. We know you're not going to act off of what you think, but dig deeper into yourself. Damn, why am I even thinking that? What made me think that? What triggered that? You got to start asking yourself questions, and you got to slowly pull yourself out of that darkness, because it doesn't, and it's the major part of growing up, yo. It's the major part of growing up. It's just like realizing your parents don't know every fucking thing. It's growing up because it's realizing like everybody feels good and bad. Nobody's inherently or absolutely good or absolutely bad. There's no absolute good, there's no absolute bad. So once you can move into that, it requires you to think higher, to vibe higher. Once you can get at that frequency, that's gonna take you higher, yo. That's how you gonna be able to be compassionate. That's how you able to be empathetic, because you able to be like, damn, I wonder what made him do that. And then the more information that you get, you feel me? The more information you get, because you asking questions now. So the more information that you get, the more light you bring to it. You realize it's not what you think it is. It's just like when you were a little kid and you land in the dark and you see something in the shadow and you scared until somebody come and cut the light on and you realize it was just your jacket on the coat rack. It's literally just like that. It's just like in It. When them at the end they finally realize, oh, it's just fear, and it shriveled all up. It's just like in Harry Potter when he finally was done with Voldemort, and when he saw him in that other little realm, he was just like a little shrinking up, little bait, little whatever he was. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But see, when you suppress it, when you don't want to deal with it and all that, that's how it festers. That's how it grows. That's how it consumes you. See, that's what happened to Franklin. Franklin never dealt with himself. That's why he had that bad trip on the shrooms. Because he never dealt with himself until it was too late. So it's all in, the story is important, yo. That's why I'm heavy on it. The story is important. The pen is mightier than the sword. How you tell the story is important. That's why I say, yo, be careful. Be careful with what they tell us about history. Be careful, because it's a lot of romanticized storytelling and it's not real history. And what it does is it's a bunch of symbology layered on to give you this certain type of programming that is the idea of America. That's all it is. Yeah, that's how the elites move. The elites be moving like the wizard on the Wizard of Oz. The elites be moving like that. They have to play with the illusion. You got the power the whole time. You sitting there with the power. You checking the wrong thing for the power, but you got it. All you had to do was click your heels 3 times. All you had to do was click your heels 3 times. That was all you had to do. But you didn't know that, because you're not supposed to know who and what you are. That's why you're not supposed to know. That's why the key is know thyself. That's where the keys is at. You're only going within yourself. Every time. Every mythological journey, movie, story is showing you that every single time. It's not about history anyway. It's really about you. It's really about the mystery. That's why they had mystery schools. The mystery is you. You supposed to learn that everything that's out there is you. They've been telling you that it's you. They've been telling you about you the whole time, but they never took you to the level where they broke it down, where it was like, hey, all this is technically you. That you got to do that work, because if they go to that level, everybody gonna realize every religion is the same. Every religion is the same. Every last one of them. Every one of them is the same. It comes from the same metaphysical principle, self-realization. You're supposed to transcend at some point. If you take it deep enough, every last one of them. So it's like, man, it's pointless. That's why I got to the point where I was like, I just want to study where all this come from. Let me just get on what all this come from, so I could cut the middleman out. Because these middlemen have objectives. These middlemen are using this stuff for political gain and stuff like that. I want some truth. Let me go straight to that truth. So that's what drove me. That's what drove me. Because I've always been looking for it since I was a little kid. Because I just grew up in an environment that was just not very peaceful. It just was a lot of I don't know. I can't even I don't know what it is. And maybe because of who and what I am in the family, I felt it all. But I don't know. I don't know. But I promise, if you dig in every religion, if you look at every one of them, metaphysically, they are the same thing. So that they be pointless arguments to me. If it make you a better person, cool. I don't have no whatever if and says or buts about it. Just don't come imposing it on me. You feel me? Cause I'm trauma. I have trauma from that. I have trauma from that. So that might tear me into, that might bring my darkness out a little bit. So I don't like to go there, you know? So that's right. It's like, so when you get comfortable enough with yourself, that's why you're supposed to meditate. That's why everything in this world got you going 20 miles per hour, because they don't want you to sit still and just be able to meditate. The world got us on a hamster wheel. We got to think about bills 24/7. You got to think about just survival, man. It can be hard. And what I realize is everybody trying to survive. Everybody trying to survive. You got to fight. You have to do so much just to not to be in your survival state. Whether that's, and we have to understand how that can infer us, or how we can be traumatized through that. We got to deal with that emotionally. It's all forms of stability. Because some people might be financially stable, but do they have a means or a space where they can be emotionally stable? Can you be in a safe space enough to allow yourself to emotionally flow? Because it's hard to do both of them. This world not set up for us to do both of them, for us to be balanced. That's why we have to beat in ourselves self care. That's why it takes so much for us to do self care. We literally have to make notes ourselves to self care. Literally, we are literally programmed most of the time. Most people, especially people with good hearts, are naturally programmed to put themselves to the back, put the other people in front. We naturally knocked out of whack like that. We naturally knocked out of whack like that. Divine feminine, masculine nature. I can kind of see that. That's why I was saying this show, The Power, that they got on Amazon, is like the divine feminine rising. Because there's this one girl on there, her name's Eve. She was not speaking. She had been through so much trauma, and just the power came to her, and she set herself free. And she's hearing a voice in her head. She wasn't even speaking or anything. She had been through so much trauma, and she was hearing a voice in her head that was telling her who and what she was. So in her mind, this is God. God must be talking to me, because everything, hey, it's a deep show. Because you see how, and you realize how much women are suppressed. And, well, what if something happened where they evolved, where they could be, things could even up a little bit? Because nothing in this world, like, they have it's a clear agenda against divine, like you say, divine feminine and divine masculine. It's blurred. All the lines are being blurred purposely. So what I realize in this age, they can't stop information, but what they can do is pile on a ton of misinformation. Yeah, the name of the show is The Power. It's on Amazon. So these teenage girls just developed this power of electricity. So imagine it. Imagine if and they could pass it on to older women. So it's a representation of the goddess power within. I think they're gonna I think it's different ways that it could be, in terms of, I don't know about depopulation, because I think we're gonna start to see a lot more artificial ways of things being done. I think that's what's gonna deter. I think that's how we're gonna end up deterred. I feel like humanity just go in a circle. I feel like everything that's happened already. So that's why I feel like now, from where we can say earliest civilization, they worship the sun. Because here, it's just a theory. I ain't saying it's true. I ain't saying I really believe this, but it's a theory. I thought about it. But I think that maybe once upon a time, there was an advanced technology, and the only thing that disrupted that advanced technology that had come to a point that was suppressing the people was the sun. The sun started to have solar flares, and somehow the sun destroyed this technology, and so the people began to go in a cycle and started to worship the sun. And I think that it's just a theory. It's just a theory that it's all a circle. It's all a cycle. So I think, the Atlanteans and all. That's why I like to read a lot of the old occultists, because they write about a lot of that old stuff that because they was learning about this stuff at this time. You gotta remember, like, 1800s and all of that. It wasn't a whole. They weren't mass producing books. You know what I mean? They couldn't mass produce books, so to get a lot of this information was very, very difficult to do. Let me see that lighter. Oh, I don't want to do that on camera. It's my which got up, but it's just a theory of mine, because I just feel like technology, like, I don't know, like it might be technology in different ways. I seen something where it was saying Joe Biden was talking about a social score. Did y'all see that? The social score thing? I was like, are we in Black Mirrors? Have y'all seen Black Mirrors? Yeah, we living in Black Mirrors. That's a dope one too. Yep, nothing new under the sun. I just think it's all a cycle. I just think it's all a cycle, man. And yeah, the esoteric, because all they tell us is exoteric. And what I realized is a lot of times it's flipped, and they telling us the exoteric with an agenda. Because I realized, like, even with the that's how they started to create the devil, because they wanted to do some type of political joint, and they just created it, and we just ran with it. Like, all this stuff, you gotta know where stuff come from. That's my opinion. You gotta know where stuff come from. I don't. It was like a social score, I think, like based on your social media or something like that. Here, juice. But and then I think sometimes they be testing. They be testing with things, like, you know certain things, certain stories come out and get out. Just test how the public gonna react to it, so they can ease out certain technology. Because I definitely feel like technology is way more advanced than they're revealing. But due to political and, capitalistic, whatever, that's the holdup. So I believe, in the way I feel, those they could be interdimensional beings, or other outer dimensional beings, are, I think that's all has to do with. I think that's what it all has to do with, the consciousness of humanity. So, you know, which episode? Oh yeah, on Black Mirrors, right? With the girl with the social score, it was crazy, yo. Google DeepMind. What's Google DeepMind? I'm gonna have to look into that. Google DeepMind. Sometimes to protect myself, y'all, I have to remove my, like, not be on social media. I just have to do it. I don't know. It's my social battery just not there. Concepts and moves in there. Yep. And people whole concepts can change off of meme. Off of meme, yo. Memes are mind control, yo. They use interdimensional light travel to go to and from Earth. Yeah. That's kind of like right, light travel. Exactly. They go back to the macabre. They go back to it. That, that's the chariot. That's Ezekiel's wheel. See, everything is, man, everything to me in my mind, and I've looked at it for so long and so many years. Oh man, it's just all in there. It's just all in there, man. It's just all in there. I just want to get it out. This is why I think I just want to tell stories or something. I just want to get it out. Do a Friday movie discussion. Oh, maybe we should do that. Every Friday discuss a movie. I know if anybody up here on the Patreon, if you haven't seen the Sphere movie breakdown, you gotta go watch it. The whole movie Sphere is about the power of your mind and how we create out of fear. How we are programmed to create out of fear. We're programmed to a fear frequency. Overthink things in terms of what Jupiter saying. I haven't seen it in a I haven't seen it in a while. It's on Tubi right now. Free. I was looking at it. I was thinking about looking at it the other day. And I was like, I'm gonna watch it, but not right now. I think I'm gonna watch Valerian too. Yeah, Sphere. It's an old movie. It came out. It's not really that old, not to me. It came out like 98, but it got Samuel L. Jackson in it. What's my man name? It got Sharon Stone in it. And it got the dude in it that played on Outbreak. What is his name? But it's a good movie. It's a good movie, y'all. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Yes, the mudra for letting go. The mudra for letting go will help you to release trauma. Because you'll let go of whatever it is that you need to let go of. So just shoot me a DM to remind me. I'll send you the video of that one. Or at least you know which one that one is. But the movie Sphere was dope, yo. They found this spaceship at the bottom of the ocean. Not the bottom, but in the ocean. Because you know, really, when you go down, you're going up, right? If you don't know, now you know. Really, when you're going down, you're going up. But they found this spaceship in the ocean. Had this sphere on it. And basically, going in the sphere made them start to have the ability to manifest whatever it was they were thinking. And naturally, they were all manifesting their fears. Gotta watch it. Got Queen Latifah in it too. Mm-hmm. Yep. My girl was the first one to die in that movie. See, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. She was the first one to die in the movie. But Queen Latifah ain't gonna be in no movies where she died no more though. She ain't gonna be in no more like that. She done paid her dues. Cause I'm gonna tell you, man. Her character Cleo is traumatized. Cause I would not watch Set It Off to save my life. I will not watch that movie. I will not watch Set It Off to save my life, yo. I hate that movie. It do something to my spirit. I cannot watch that movie, yo. I hate that movie with a passion. I can't watch that movie. Yo, I hate that movie. I hate Set It Off, yo. I hate that movie, y'all. I think I've seen it all the way through once. Once. I watched it all the way through once. I've never seen it all the way through again. Set It Off with Queen Latifah and Jada Pinkett and Vivica Fox and Kimberly Elise. Yo, I know you're not the only one. I watched it one time. I would never watch that movie again. In some movies I would not watch. In some movies I would not watch. Bones with Snoop Dogg. I like Bones. It was kind of, you know. Were you young when they came out, Bones? Poetic Justice was Janet Jackson and Tupac. You know, it's a little ghetto love story. But Set It Off was when they was robbing the banks. Like, I can't watch it. That and For Color Girls, no Tyler Perry, no. I can't watch no movie like that. Nah, I can't do that. You're not finna do that to me. I don't want no access to that nowhere in my DNA. I don't want that nowhere. I don't want it nowhere. I don't want that nowhere. Why does Hollywood make sharks so scary? Like, aren't there other sea creatures that cause harm? Well, I mean, it's not just sharks though. You know, it don't just be sharks. But if you notice, they'll show a lot of stuff that'll come out of the water. A lot of stuff coming out of the water is scary. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know what's in the ocean. There's so much of the ocean that's unexplored, quote unquote. Peace, peace, fam. What's going on? Glad to see you. Tapping in with me. I haven't been live in a while, man. So, I haven't been live in a while. So, I was like, let me get on and chit chat a little bit. Old lost his phone, so he ain't been able to get on. But yeah, man, TV is TV programming. You know, like it's a means. That's why they made sure they show Roots every year. That's why they made sure they. That's why they did it. Color Girls the other night came in me and still tricked me. Man, that movie is terrible, man. Dolphins got a third eye. You communicate with them telepathically. Yeah, they speak. They have a language. Every language exhibits, like consecutive type frequency or whatever. Dolphins do too. Like it to the level of our language. The way our languages are. So yeah, they very intelligent. The family's good, bro. O had his surgery. You probably gonna have to check in with him on the game. Cause like I said, he lost his phone. He gotta buy another phone. But everybody's good though. He had surgery on his knee for his meniscus, but he been recovering real well. He been recovering real well. So your first time on the live. Let me find out your first time on the live. You joining me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So what's been happening lately? What we need to talk about? What has been going on out here? I be late on stuff. I did see that Dalai Lama thing, which I'm not surprised, man. I'm not surprised at all. Sad to say. Finding your roots. Oh yeah, the dollar. Yeah, that's trippy, right? A lot of stuff is going on that they not talking about you. A lot of stuff is going on. I feel like they about to make a play. Maybe about to go all digital, which I feel like would lead to just a more restrictive world because it means everything will be like electronic and tied to you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like how much are you trying to automate us, man? How much you trying to automate us? We might be walking around and have our phones in our hands or something. Like I don't know how far they're trying to really go with this technology. It's really kind of the thing because I don't want to say technology all in itself is bad because technology is just like I said, it's really your body is the blueprint. It's really just your own science put in an exterior form. So it's not that it's bad, man. It's just that it's so much corruption. It's just so much corruption. We are already automated, very much so, very much so, very much so. But it's crazy, man. I don't know. We're gonna have to see how it go, y'all. We're gonna have to see how it go. Playing the violin as the ship falls. So what is good technology then? Well, I mean, it's not to say like about it being good or bad. It's just it is what it is. So it's intention. We don't know how or what. It's hard to know because if you the battery for this matrix. If you make the matrix go, if you provide the juice for this matrix, it's to me, if you look at all the matrices, right? Every time, just like they kept telling you, there's been different matrices. This isn't the only matrix. We done did this before. It's always revolutionized. It's always revolutionized. I mean, being here is the matrix in my mind. That's how I kind of see it. I think it's more of waking up than waking. I think it's more of a waking up to the matrix than you like bringing down the matrix. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like because, and the reason why I say that is because a lot of things that happen, I'm always a look in the mirror type person. I'm always a look in the mirror type person. So I don't know. It's deep, man. Really, a diamond as above, so below. Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen that too. Exactly. You gotta control what you can control. You gotta do whatever you can, man. You gotta. When I say wake up to the system, right? If you know the food is bad, then you have to take the steps to do all that you can do to provide yourself with the best food for your body. That means that you get a garden, then that means that you should get a garden. It means that you garden. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just all in how it's just, you can only control what you can control. And at the end of the day, it's always going to be about the attachment. It's always going to be about the attachment to the thing, to the idea. That's what it's always going to be. That's why people do the things that they do to maintain lifestyles, to hold on to things. That's what it is. It's attachment to things. To things in a lifestyle. But this world kind of make you this way. That's the whole thing about being in America, man. The so-called land of milk and honey, yo. That's the whole thing about it. It's always been a prosperous land. This has always been what this land has represented. It's always been this. It was never not this. Regardless of what they say, it was never not this. It was already this before they came. So, what is the matrix, though? What is the matrix? It's nothing but your brain. It's just what your brain tells you. It's an illusion, man. That's why I was like, this is an illusion. That's why it's all in how far you want to go, man. It's all in how far you prepared to go. And this is always my issue because it's like, that's why I don't like talking randomly. It's like math. It's like math, yo. It's like PEMDAS. You learn PEMDAS, so you can understand the certain steps and processes, right? To solve the problem in the correct way, right? But you don't learn that before you learn how to do addition, before you learn how to do subtraction, before you learn how to multiply, how to divide, what exponents are, how to use parentheses, and then you step up to the big equations with the multiple operations in them. So it's always kind of hard for me to navigate certain things because my brain be like this, and so I kind of go from here to here sometimes. But it's because it's layers And I realize and I think to myself, so I'm such a perfectionist because that's something that I understand about the way my energy be trying to work. That I think to myself like, dang, they might not get what I'm talking about right there. Because in order to understand that, you gotta understand this. So then I start talking about that. Then next thing to know, I'm talking about something else. These people say that it's ADHD or whatever, man. But if you ask me, that's just spirit moving. It's just spirit moving. That's why I keep my head covered when I'm always doing this talk a lot, right? That's why I keep my head covered. See, that's something y'all gotta know about when you're dealing with spiritual energy, right? So when you're doing shadow work, when you're doing ritual work, when you're doing, you know, I don't want to say teaching. I don't like to say that. But when you're doing the enlightened exchange, right? It's good to keep your head covered. That's kind of a thing about the head being covered. That's why I say everything go back to something else. That's why the Muslims cover, right? That's why, you know, that's the thing about covering. But if you understand how thought forms work, right, and how spirit can work, see, the higher your frequency is, the higher you can channel from higher dimensions. So when people say they 5D, they just trying to say their frequency is higher. They're pulling, it's like a pulling down the information. So you're able to get certain downloads of information because you're enlightened. You bringing the light from within. It's coming from your true sun. That's hidden. See, that's where the light is in the darkness at. In your hidden sun. In your light in the darkness. Right? Or in your crystal city, or in your crystal city that lights up when your kundalini rises and your pineal opens. It lights up your crystal city. Right? Oh shoot. So when you looking at it like that, have I seen the movie Frequencies? Nah, I haven't seen the movie Frequencies. I mean, solution. Like, how could it be possible? You see a man jump out of a bridge? No, it's real because the mind makes it real. The mind makes it real. See, it's just like when you in a dream, when something happened in the dream, you wake up and you can almost feel it. It's just like, have y'all seen that video floating around where they trick the brain? And the dude he feels like he thinks he getting hit, but he really not because it's tricking his brain. So it's all about the signals going to your brain. So understand that light goes in through your eyes. That's how you see. So everything that you see is an illusion because it comes to you from out of your mind. Your mind is telling you what you see based on the light that is entering your eyes. That means that information and data is constantly entering into your eyes, telling you what you are seeing. So based on your frequency or your tune channel is what you are able to see. Now, everything that you see is not always physical because you do have a sixth sense. You do have a third eye. You do have an electromagnetic heart. So you can also feel data and information. That's why empaths are powerful and they can walk in a room and feel energy in a room because the electromagnetic field of the heart is relaying that information to you. So your brain is telling you what you see based on the light that is going into your eyes. It's literally refracting back to you. And that image literally is a holy grail. If you was to look and study your optic nerve, like I said, that optic nerve transfers light, which is information. You have the internet because of optic cables, fiber optic cables, a fiber optic network that works just like your eyesight, just like your eyes. So there's a holy grail. That's the grail because it goes back to your pituitary and your pineal gland. Now, based on your pineal gland, if you have a calcified pineal or not, is going to determine how much higher you can see. So when I say communication, it's not just this dimension. It's also other dimensions. So when people be in the crazy house or whatever, and they hearing different stuff, they probably hearing what they hearing. They hearing what they hearing because somewhere in their light code. You back, y'all. We back, y'all. Let me know y'all hear me. Let me know. 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 We good? We good? Y'all can hear me? I ain't been on live in a while. No bet. All, you know. Yeah, just like my. So look, we was talking about the Matrix being an illusion. We were getting deep. It was getting good. It was getting good. I'm gonna kind of go back. It was flowing. I don't know if I'm gonna say it the same way I said it, but I'm gonna try and explain it. So it's like this. If you think about it, like the reason why I say, hold on, y'all. I got this mic in my hand, so I'm trying to hold the mic and the phone. I had to move the phone. So look, y'all can still hear me? The reason why it's a simulation, or the reason why you're dealing with an illusion, is because everything that you see from your eyes is what your brain is telling you. It's just like Morpheus said. He said, "What is real? If real is what you can see, taste, touch, smell, or feel, which is your five senses, right? Just like a five-pointed star, right? Is what they say. It's the Satan star, right? Your five senses, because it's your physical body. It makes up your physical experience. It's right there. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. You close it. I don't know. So he said, if that's what's real, then real is nothing but electrical impulses from your brain, because that's all they are. It's just your nervous system. That just means you nothing but your brain and your nervous system, because that's what's giving you your information, just your physical body. But when you understand you have a spiritual body, you have an energy body, right? When you understand that you can wake up that part of you, you can pick up and you can sense more things. That's your sixth sense. That's why the boy was seeing all them dead people. They didn't know they was dead. He could see what nobody else could see, and he was terrified. Because when you see what nobody else can't see, That shit is terrifying. It's terrifying because you can see the truth. You can see the truth, and people around you can't see the truth. So you seeing what nobody else can see. Please leave me alone. I'm not doing it, man. Okay. All right. I got it. You messing up my what you call. All right, I got it. I got you. 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 So if that's all that's real, then real is just what your brain is telling you. So like I was telling you about light, when it comes to what you can see out of your eyes, it's because of the light that enters your eyes. So the light is information. It's not just light is not just light. Light is information. Remember that light is information. So light is coming into your eyes telling you what you see. So depending on your beliefs, that's going to also determine what you able to see in your reality, because that's going to break down your filter, because you got billions and billions of bits of information coming at you. Think about it like in terms of a computer. Think about it like a computer. So all this light coming into your eyes being transmitted to your brain from your optic nerve. Now, your optic nerve is one of the 12 cranial nerves, right? It's one of the 12 disciples or the 12 zodiac or whatever else is 12. It's one of the 12, because that's what 12 is representing in you. It's representing them 12 cranial nerves. You also have a 12 body chakra system, but some of those exist outside the body. It's a different topic. So your optic nerve, right, is taking the information to your eyes. To your brain. And therefore your brain is telling you what you see. And the whole, if you look at the diaphragm, pull it up, it looks like a holy grail. The symbols of it. It's a holy grail. You know what else is a holy grail? Do you know what else is a holy grail? Okay, I'll put it to you like this. We talked about the three kings, right? The three kings in the brain, the pituitary, the hypothalamus, and the pineal. Those are three kings in your brain. And the pituitary is the master gland. So that means it controls all the other endocrine glands in your body. So it controls homeostasis. So those three, and the pineal is your light, is like a light gauge. So it controls the light coming into your body. So in the pineal, if you were to see how it looks, it's shaped like an acorn, but it has an opening on one side like an actual eye. And it looks up. So the eye of God is your pineal gland, because it looks up into your brain. That's all it is. Now see, the pineal gland has this thing of being called a third eye, has this thing of being eye of Ra, had this thing of being negative, because it's connected. That's why it's connected to Lucifer. Because if you understand the optic nerve, the way it looks in your brain, if you look at the diaphragm, it's a holy grail. So what? It's a holy grail. You know what else is a holy grail? Lucifer Sigil is a holy grail. It looks just like the eyes in your brain. It looks just like it. Why? Because Lucifer is the light bearer. This shit is talking about you. But you're not supposed to open your damn third eye. That's why it's supposed to be evil. Because if you open your third eye, you're going to know what the fuck is going on. This shit is simple. It's really very, very simple. So anything that aligns with that dark energy, whether it's a maverick, whether it's a outcast, or whether it's an outlaw, they have to make them lose. They have to kill the rebel, because it has to die in your mind. So you be too fearful to wake up. That's the program. That's why niggas was sad. You all sad about Franklin and all that. You sad. That's why. Because it's to keep you in your place. It's a fear thing. It's always about fear. It's never about nothing else. Because it's the only way to control you. It's the only way. No, Lucifer is not what they tell us. That's why in some circles you will hear some people say Lucifer and Christ the same thing. That's why some people will break it down to you like that. But it's all about the perspective of where you coming from. It's all about who telling you. So dare to venture to take that path, there is danger present. The danger is, it's just like he said on After Earth, yo. It's just like he said on After Earth. Don't get me wrong, the danger is present. The danger is real. But the fear is not. But the fear is not. They about to put After Earth on Netflix. Watch After Earth. It did terrible. It did terrible. But it had some deep messages in it though. It really did though. He said everything on this earth has evolved to kill humans. Like, yo, your food is killing you. Your deodorant is killing you. Everything is, your water is poison. Bro, it's not a coincidence, man. That's how spirits speak. That's what I believe. But see, that's me. I could be crazy for that. That's how spirits speak, man. I feel like it speak to you that way, but you just have to know the language to understand when it's talking to you, because it's all around you all the time. It's all around you all the time. I don't care what it is, but you have to be able to see it. But I don't know. But I gotta wrap this up, y'all. It was good building with y'all tonight. We might start making this a Friday thing. We might start doing this every Friday. I'm feeling this. It was good energy tonight. It was good energy. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. It was good energy. It was good energy. You know, we just adventurers. We just adventurers. We just venture into the knowledge. That's all. That's all. But I'm gonna put up this video also, and I have the other live up. So y'all know I got the check, so y'all can know that it's not me if somebody's inboxing y'all. I've been doing a good job on the little bots and whatnot. But if they trying to inbox you, it's not me. So I don't do those inbox things. But you can hit the link in my bio if you do want to link up for some type of individual consultation. If you want to know more, you can do that. Check the information, the link in my bio. The YouTube, I'll be posting stuff on the YouTube, a little longer form content that's like this, where we kind of go into things a little bit. On the Patreon, I got some books up there. I got some new books coming this next week for the people on the Patreon. So it's been real, y'all. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. I appreciate y'all so much. It's been real, y'all. Peace.